Hi everyone, welcome back to David at Go to Hobbies. As a person that does DIY and all types of DIY hobbies as that, um, I am very keen on the tools I use in respect of where they're manufactured, the quality of the tools. Years ago, when I didn't know any better, I used to buy products that I didn't understand. It's just a name, and I thought they're all right. And then what happens? The the spanner jaws open, or the screwdriver tip twists, and you think to yourself, it's absolute crap. And I suppose for me, buying tools, I'd rather pay that little bit more and knowing a tool will last. Um, I mean, years ago, I used to buy screwdrivers made by Footprint. They're years old. And, we had spanners made by King Dick and all these. Um, who remembers the rat tail spanners? Bet many people don't. I'm showing my age now, but those spanners were for specific work. If you don't know what they're for, then Google it. But I know what they're for. I'm not being funny or anything like that. I know what they're for, but I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole with that. All I'm saying is tools and tools quality. So when I look for a tool, say it be a vice grip or a pair of mole grips, I look who's selling them. I went to a well-known branded DIY. Um, and the last name in the word is fix. And there's also another one with a station in it. So the two of the well-known brands of DIY suppliers in the UK. So I've decided not really to buy a lot of stuff from them, whereas because a lot of their products are sourced from China, and I will not buy Chinese goods. End of. If I can help it. And the reason why I say that is because I don't believe in the quality, and I certainly don't believe in the country's human rights and the way they treat their animals and stuff. More towards the way they treat their animals they eat. So, but like dogs, I think it's absolutely abominable because I'm a pet lover. And anyway, let's go down that rabbit hole. We'll leave that for another day. But going back to tools. I won't buy them primarily, in the first instance, was because of the quality. Right? People say the quality's come on. Too late, the damage has been done. I will never ever buy Chinese tools because I don't believe in giving foreign countries my money. But even saying that, the problem with tools you buy nowadays, right? Who owns the company? That's the second thing. So I know, like Milwaukee, where they're manufactured, yeah, and some of them are made in China, and this is what goes against the grain. I don't want Chinese goods. It's like Bosch, they've got probably manufacturing companies in China, but they hold more, probably the same as Milwaukee. They hold more stringent quality control over the tools that are produced. So yes, I have bought Bosch, but I look at where it's made, and if it's made in PRC, People's Republic of China, I will not buy it. If I know it's bought in China, I don't buy it. If I know it's made in China, I don't buy it. Simple as that. So I'm looking for a pair of vice grips or mole grips. Um, I saw someone on YouTube, and they've got a pair of vice grips, and they've got an Allen key fitting in the end of it. And I thought that's good. So you can clamp it shut and then turn it tight to increase the strength of the grip. And I thought it's a brilliant idea. But I'm just trying to look for them and I can't find them yet, so I'm still going to look. But going back to tool selections, choose your tools wisely. Buy what you can afford. But my advice to you this, and my advice is to you is this, and that is buy the best quality you can afford. because it will last you years. All right? When I say years, it will last you years. I've got screwdrivers since when I just left school. I've got a screwdriver that's older than my children. I've got a screwdriver that's probably 50 years old, and I'm 60. I'm 64 now, and that's what my dad gave me. And I think to myself, it's vintage. It's absolute vintage. But I I like creating things. I like doing DIY, and I'll turn my hand to anything. From servicing the boiler to electrics to digging up the garden to building a shed to the loft, electrics, you name it, I can do it. Why? It's because I'm not afraid to have a go, right? I do some research first, but if you're going to do a job, you need the right tools for the job. So my emphasis is, buy it once, right? And then you won't have to go and buy it again. And I'll give you a classic example for this. I used to make copper pyramids, right? Excuse me, like healing pyramids. And when you're measuring the length of the copper pyramids, you need to precise within, I don't know, over a length of a piece of copper tube, 15mm copper tube, you've got to be accurate within half a mil, ideally a quarter of a mil. And when you're cutting it, you've got to be precise on that measurement. So you need something that's going to cut it and cut it properly without the fear of it something going wrong. So I had one and I used it. It was all right. And you get these ones like a round shaped like almost like a hand grip, and you got like a cutting wheel inside. So you twist it round, twist it around. They're all right. They're okay. They do the job in confined spaces, which you can't use a proper tube cutter on, where you got to twist it and turn it around. In another video, I show you how to cut pipes if you want to, but I will make one on that. And the different types I've got and stuff like that. But I bought some pretty expensive copper pipe. They're that good. It will cut stainless steel. It will cut aluminium, copper, which is obviously soft metal. But yeah, it cut stainless steel, and I was well impressed with that. It will cut steel bar, not steel bar, steel tube and stuff like that. I thought I was amazed at the quality, and it's right. That's my doggies. And there's Tummy. They've just had something to eat. So what I'm saying to you is this: if you invest in quality, you won't go far wrong. But the classic example, what I'm saying is because I bought a good quality one, it's lasted me. And what tends to happen when a pipe cutter is the little cutting disc inside, it can wiggle around. So when you turn it, you're not getting a true flush cut around that tube. So that's what you be careful of. And so the other thing is, how I used to deburr the end of the copper pipe, because you've got the burr inside the copper pipe and the burr on the outside of the copper pipe. With a cutting disc, what it does, it pushes the outside of the copper in, but you get a sharp edge inside the copper. And the times I used to cut my hands open on the copper tube, trying to deburr it the old-fashioned way, and they come up this. I saw a professional pipe deburring tool. It's got a cone in one end and like a cone in the other end, but one's a male, one's a female cone. So you put the male cone inside the tube to deburr the inside, and put the outside one on the outside to deburr the outside. Very useful tool, and I'll make a video on that as well. Two really good handy tools to have. the other thing is, if you're doing anything with DIY, always remember about your own safety and your own well-being and the surroundings you're working in. If you've got animals and pets, be mindful of those. You don't want to be cutting things up and it drops on them and hurts them. So take precautions. If you can't do something properly, get someone to help you. In other words, like you cut a bit of wood and you need a bit of wood held whilst you're cutting it so it doesn't drop on the floor and break or damage it, or to land on an animal which walks past. All these simple little things that are easy to fix, and also prevention is better than a cure. Um, be mindful if you're doing some soldering, example, and the flux you're using, it can, that flux is toxic, so you've got to be careful of that, not only to you and the animals as well that are in the house if you're doing it inside the house. There's so many things to DIY that people take for granted, but it is really and truly a great do-it-yourself experience. So if you're into DIY, brilliant. And my advice to you is buy the best you can with the tools you need. And not only that, it is about quality and trying to support local manufacturers that are UK based, or the country that you live in, whether it be America, France, European Union, wherever. Yeah, I will not buy, as I said, products from China. I obviously anything from Russia, because obviously that's banned. And if it wasn't, I wouldn't buy it because the way they are. Countries like, Philippines and countries like that, and those sort of Asian countries where they eat animals like dogs. I just nah. It is because I'm a pet lover, I suppose. Really and truly, I value animals' lives very highly, and because I'm a dog owner, and I feel very much that these pets are more than pets. I mean, I've got two dogs on my lap now, but I don't want to sort of go into it a great deal. But all I'm saying is, if the country you're dealing with has a good ethics, then you can't go far wrong. But thank you for watching. I'm sorry I waffled on a little bit too long, but if you bear with me, and that is, have the right attitude will get you a long way. Being positive and being mindful about your surroundings and being mindful about the countries you buy the products from as well. So this is why I'm anti-Chinese and so on and so forth. So hopefully that gives you an insight into my DIY tool selection and why I buy tools from manufacturers that I can trust and not manufacturers that I don't trust. Leave a comment down below. Please like, share, and subscribe. And especially subscribe. That'll help get videos like this out to you people that are interested in these sort of things. So thank you very much. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you soon.